Oh, she was just licking my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, making it thick as a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, a brick, doing the butterfly flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, the flick, pretending it's checking my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick. They're saying you better come quick, come quick, come quick. That's not going to be on the album. Oh, yeah,
a formal intro? They want a formal intro?
Oh, the people downstairs thought that was a pretty good idea. We do the formal intro, so I'll do my best formal voice so like it doesn't sound like me. Are we ready to go?
Who's your best voice?
Are we ready to go? Yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, the
chimney.
like Jerry Hip. That's no good. Come on.
Jerry Hip used to be the guy in wrestling.
That's right.
All right, I'll try it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chimney proudly presents, for the first time anywhere, Maclean and Maclean.
Thank you very kindly. Our little culture right now is designed to edify and educate your mind, especially to show you that you never escape the learning process. A song right now for the people who abuse that privileged instrument, the telephone. It's going out to Alexander Graham Bell, who was buried down in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, along with his cables. He's reported to have made the first obscene telephone call on June 2nd, 1875, when he was freaked right out, man. He called his assistant in to show him his marvelous discovery, and he accidentally tipped a beaker of hydrochloric acid into his lap. I got verbal diarrhea tonight here. Them phone freaks. How about them phone freaks? Ain't they tricky? Violating telephones, leave them wet and icky. Sweating in their overcoats, breathing through their hankies. Phoning up girls and talking about her panties. Look at them phone freaks, ain't they kooky? Thinking about it all the time, never getting nookie. Them frantic finger phone freaks, phoning with the cranks. Talking they rocks off, never saying thanks. How do you phone freak? Ain't no jobber. Get yourself a telephone, go ahead and slobber. Hey, yo. Last time we were down here in Toronto, we played at York University, and we saw our first, York. We saw our first three streakers while we were down there, and by a marvelous stroke of luck, they were all girls. They wished by there, they just wished, and they were gone. I didn't know whether it was steel wool or blue bottle flies. I'm glad that old phenomenon has finally streaked its last two. Them doodle dashers. How about them doodle dashers, ain't they jewels? Streaking out of bushes and waving them tools. Jumping out of palm trees, jumping out of shrubs. Leaping out of flower beds, waving them knobs. Look at them doodle dashers, ain't they queer? Flagging they tallywhackers, then disappear. Them ever-loving doodle dashers, ain't they pearls? Waving them doodle knobs at them girls. How do you doodle dasher? Don't need a ticket, get your daddy doodle handy. Streak from a thicket.
Hickney rider, need one new hand on. Need Hickney rider, need one new hand on. Need Hickney rider, need one new hand on. New nine, Hickney rider. Hick, one new hand on. Hick, rider. Hick, one new hand on.
Young one.
Hick, rider. Hick, one new hand on.
Renine.
Hick, rider.
What are we doing this for? It's ridiculous. We've been singing all night. We've been singing. The first show was perfectly clear, and we get up on stage here and we sound like we got two corks stuck up our nose. What have you been doing?
I am impediment in my meat, Minder.
Oh, don't give me that. Round out your syllables. You had your Dale Carnegie training and perfect enunciation. Oh, pear-shaped syllables.
You want to hit something nice and round?
Round.
No, isn't that round enough for you?
You may think it's a lot of fun and games here in the old chimney, but as soon as 1 o'clock comes, it's out to that parking lot and a different ball game altogether. Or folks, you play ball with your body, it'll play ball with you, and it's not how you win, but how you score. Them car parkers. How about them car parkers? Ain't they corrupt? Posting in the backseat, trying to feel her up. Lurking in the back lanes, groping with their mitts. Getting them leg cramps, getting them zits. Look at them car parkers, ain't they bland? Try to cop a feel, she hits them on the gland. Them petting car parkers pleading for a quickie. Sucking on each other's necks, giving them a hickey. How to be a car parker, horny like a rabbit. Get yourself a bunch of flesh, go ahead and grab it. Thank you. Okay, one final one before we rush on to other inane topics. Since this is the pub and this is the opening week for the chimney, I can only assume that you're people indigenous to the province of Ontario who, when they see a place which offers neat draft beer, have to go out and check it. Them pub crawlers. How about them pub crawlers? Ain't they bland? Doing they pub crawl, checking out the band. Wisecracking, backslapping, using they wits. Girls walk by, they talk about her tits. Look at them pub crawlers, ain't they wonky? Drinking that draft beer, run outside and honky. Them pill popping, pub hopping, wonders never cease. Drive around for beer and burgers, use a little grease. How to be a pub crawler, right on groovy solid. Get yourself a pub circuit, go ahead and crawl it. Did you hear about the Newfoundlander? Did you hear about the Newfoundlander who had a penis transplant and his hand rejected it?
I read that on the men's washroom just before I came in. Thought I'd share that with the ladies. They never get in there. Every time, you know, like, what happens is all the men go in there and they put their best lick on the wall, you see?
Lick the walls?
No, I don't mean lick the wall. I mean their best saying on the wall, you know. There's one, by God, I'm so horny, I was even looking at the crack of dawn, you know? Terrible, you know?
Yeah, like a good one. So
Yeah.
we get all
Here's one. There was a young man from Kent whose member was so long that it bent. To stay out of trouble, he put it in double, and instead of coming, he went. Don't throw toothpicks in the urinals, crabs, pole balls. Great stuff. Really good. Speaking of Newfoundland, we want to do a Newfoundland song right now. This is a song called Eyes the Buy What Builds the Boat, and Eyes the Buy What Sails Her.
Or Jack was every inch a sailor.
Yes.
Or she was only a fisherman's daughter, but you should have seen her reel when she saw my rod. Filth, boy. You guys better sing or we're going to report you to the head of the mafia down in Newfoundland, the Codfather. Look up with a big fish head in your bed.
And you'll get your tail in the morning.
Gary and I originally come from down there. We come from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, and there's maritimers everywhere here. But we come from down there, and like we're living in Winnipeg now. But Glace Bay was an exciting town. Like we used to get up on a Saturday night. Everybody would be down at Woolworths trying on gloves. That was a big one. We're also over to Curry's funeral homes, watch the caskets warp, and get the bodies into the ground real fast down there because the ocean's salt, the humidity and everything.
If you haven't been down to Glace Bay for a while, I got some news for you. They built a brand new beaver store down there, and all the men thought it was a porn shop and went out and bought sanders for their wives. They thought they were vibrators, you know? Are you sure this is what we're supposed to be doing, darling? Doesn't that get you on, honey, huh? The smoke in here is terrible. Boy.
That's the best sander I've heard in a long time.
All right, we're going to sing this song for you. We're going to lead it off. The Newfoundlanders actually around this time of year are very, very busy repairing nets and making babies, depending on which
hole needs the most attention.
Good
This
Lord.
is Toilet Rock. You might as well be told right now, this is Toilet Rock.
Whatever happened to Newfoundland song?
We're just giving them the old intro to Toilet Rock here before we rush into our big tune. Fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. Fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. I really hate your fucking guts, and I'd like to kick you in the nuts. So fuck ya, F-C-K-Y-A. I really, F-C-K-Y-A. Okay, we'll start now.
Right.
Hey, I's the buy what builds a boat, and I's the buy what sails her. I's home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally DeVoe, hit your partner Sally Brown, Boga, Bungay, Morton, Sarver, all around the circle.
Oh, half the thousand to a dance, but she could travel every step that she'd take to an easy ride.
Eyes the Bible builds the boat, and eyes the Bible sails her. Eyes the Bible catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally DeVoe, hit your partner Sally Brown, Boga, Bungay, Morton, Sarver, all around the circle. I don't want your maggoty fish, they're no good for winter. I can get as good as that down the Bonne Vista. Eyes the Bible builds the boat, and eyes the Bible sails her. Eyes the Bible catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally DeVoe, hit your partner Sally Brown, Boga, Bungay, Morton, Sarver, all around the circle. If you're bound for Newfoundland, you'll find that you have lots of kin. They say that Newfoundlanders are banjo pluckers with their brinket in. Eyes of Bible builds a boat, and eyes of Bible sails her. Eyes of Bible catches the fish and brings it home to Liza. Hit your partner Sally DeVoe, hit your partner Sally Brown, Boga, Bungay, Morton, Sarver, all around the circle, all around the circle, all around the circle. Hey! All right, from the East Coast here, Lord Thunder.
Ah, thank you. You're very
Yeah,
nice.
Gary, you know, it was really nice. I was walking down Yonge Street today, and all the Christmas lights were hanging across the streets, and the shoppers were bustling home with their Christmas parcels gaily wrapped. The little children were pressed up against the shop windows, looking at all the gifts and dreaming of sugar plums dancing in their hair. It was really neat.
Not even summer yet.
There's only 8 months left for Christmas shopping. Come on, get on, get it on, get it on.
This is Blair's clever way of introducing the next song.
My golly, you're right, Gary. The 9 days of Christmas, D-A-Z-E. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a dime bag of Panama red.
You're luckier than most. There's a drought in this town right
Good
now.
dry. Or a dime bag of Yucatan blue.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 hits of acid
And a dime bag of Panama red. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 snorts of coke,
2 hits of acid.
and a dime bag of Panama red.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 4 pink pills,
3 snorts of coke,
2 hits of acid.
and a dime bag of Panama red. My favorite coming up, Gary. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 pounds of hash. Sure beats socks and ties, don't they? 4 fingers, 3 snorts, go 2 into that, and a dime bag of Panama red. Hey, somebody put strychnine in the acid, man. You know it's weird, man, because when you start peaking up on strychnine, man, you don't level out, man. You just keep peaking and peaking and peaking it. And then you see God, man. God. That's weird, man. Man, I read in the papers that there was this big cloud of acid down in Chicago, man. And I got my ass down there as fast as I could, man. And I ran right into the thick of it, man, and people were crying, and I thought everybody was happy, man, because it was the acid. But it was just that poison shit, man. And it freaked my head out, man. And I went out and I got my tiger bomb, and I found myself a big cop in Chicago, and I walked up, and I laid a hit a tiger bomb on his forehead, man. Yeah, man, what'd they do, man? He kneed me in the balls, man. I fell on the ground, man, and I looked up at him and I said, "You're not Serpico, man. You're not gonna pull that shit with me," I said, man. "If you love something, let it go, man. If it comes back to you, it's yours, man. If it doesn't come back to you, it never was, man." Blows my mind.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 6 joints of smoke and 5 pounds of hash.
Lebanese red.
4 pictures, 3 strokes, go 2 hits of acid, and a dime bag of Panama red.
Yes, I trying to fool around, man. You're right. There's that speed, those pig things, those pig pills. Get all the jaggedy edges there, man. On the seventh day, nobody spoke.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 8 healthy roaches,
Nobody speaking.
6 joints of smoke and 5 pounds of hash. 4 pills, 3 scores, 2 hits of acid, a blind bag of Panama red.
On the 9th day, everyone OD'd, and they were all rushed to the Sudbury General Hospital. And there was a little mix-up in the gas lines, and they were given 9 whiffs of nitrous. Boy, it was no laughing matter. You can't buy a hit like that in the street. Take it, I don't want it. Take it, take it.
That's what you get for getting your fingernails ripped off or things like that. You plank it right on your... Actually, what they give you when you OD and they wheel you in, first of all, they strap you down, right? And you're laying on the stretcher and you're yelling out numbered word combinations, thinking that's the thing that's going to get you out of this nightmare. 4, yes.
17.
2.
Bingo.
Pants.
No, that doesn't work. No, wrong place.
Something, anything. So what they do is they give you Valium to cool you out, right?
Prince Valiant, to slay all those dragons in your acid-soaked brain. Boy, you'll level right out. I'm a bucket, man. Take me home in a bucket.
Actually, what it does, though, what it does is they give you too much of that stuff all the time, like you OD on Valium, and then they wheel you out. They say, all right, he's had enough Valium. Let's let him talk to the cops now, And they reel you out there, and you say, hey, man, you got a joint to the cop, Bad vibes. So it's Valium.
Okay, Gary. So it's
9 tabs of Valium.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
The big game
I
is?
sort of like the feel of the Valium,
Hey,
yeah.
man, it's all slow-mo now, slow-mo.
9 tabs of Valium, 8 healthy roaches,
Nobody speaking.
6 joints of smoking, 5 pounds of hash, 4 pictures, 3 strokes, 2 hits of acid,
Wait for the hit.
and a dime bag of Panama red.
Hey! Oh, look, oh, yes. Oh yes, down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines gaily on the mountaintop, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. Escape from the sun and the fun capital of the world now. The bananas in the genitals, the fruit in the hat. All day, all night, Marianne. 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 All day, all night. Oh, God. Who the hell do you think I am, Superman? I'm gonna hyperventilate there. Yes, now the winner of the Morden Crabapple Festival contest, a man who really reached the runoffs in the country and western field. He's down here now for the Aurelia hog calling. He's going to sing his big song now, the one that really won him all Kudo is out west now, and he also was 26th, I think, in the runner-up for the Singing Cowboy. Here he is now to sing his big hit. One of my favorites, I know you like him, Mr. Ray Vaughan.
Big hand for Ray Vaughan.
I just come report, where that crowd, they were apples, So down here in front, I get my rocks off, There's a big spot over there right now, it's 6 days in a row, I'll go back home tonight, I gotta grab it, pull it to the screw, and it's gonna go sing it all around the we gotta grab the ass and get some sucker, and we're going to go. Let go to be alright. Ain't no know you do the happy go to time of it. We just go to the road. You take it on the road, and I don't know like it over there. Oh, there go. How I got it all over there. I'm getting all about it. We go to bucket this up, we go to the back of the hotel. We go to sing it all over there. We gotta grab the ass and let's go to the go. Let go to be alright. Ain't no know you do the happy go to time of it. We're gonna screw it up. You take it on the road, and I don't know like it over there. We're gonna get it all the things, stick up your ass and get it all. You take it on the road, and I don't know like it over there. We're gonna go over to the top, we're gonna go. You take it on the road, and I don't know like it over there. All right, this last one here has to be in the dark because of the filth content. Gary and I come from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, and it's a coal
Can I
mining
use this
town.
microphone? I think I will.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, everybody has the wrong impression about coal mines. They think that coal mines are these you know, oh, the sun was setting, and all that stuff you have, like, in the town of Spring Hill, Nova Scotia, and the dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. All that romantic stuff, that's bullshit, you know, because, like, our dad was a coal miner, and they were down at the dirty job in the pit, the old pit, all the time. They'd be banging and whopping away at each other. And they'd have to get out, and they'd go down to the Manor Tavern and drink plenty beer, boy. Drink plenty beer. They'd be swilling it down. It'd be all black, the beer, from all the coal dust. And they'd sit around, and all they did was talk pit talk. Now, pit talk down there means what happened in the pit, right? They never get away from it. When they're drinking, when they're lying, when they're sleeping, when they're screwing, anytime they do it, the pit is always involved because it's a part of their lives.
It isn't unusual, like, to be sitting at a table and to find like these stories not only going on, but finding more than one. Good Lord, they've caught us. But to find more than one person telling the story at the same time, maybe to another person, and all they do is change the names, but it's the same old stories every time. So here's one of them.
Bitter Reality from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia.
Well, there's me, and there's Kit Nightingale, and there's George Gracie, and there's Allie Batten. And we're all working on the north wall, all of a sudden, Jesus Christ, starts going, and they run. So I say, freeze in your fucking tracks. And they all turn around to me and they say, fuck you, Maclean. The last time I listened to you, we almost got ourselves killed. I said, you shut your fucking mouth, George Gracie, or I'll chop you in two with this fucking shovel. Well, I no sooner said that than the trip went by and missed by that much. So they all came around me and they said, well, Maclean, I guess you saved their lives. I said, go fuck yourself. Thank you all. Fire album.
Hello, folks, and all boys and band. I think now, being as it is Saturday night, we have to ask that all-important question. I don't like to do it this early in the evening, but I figure that being Saturday night, the Sabbath is coming up. We have to ask a question that's on my mind, and I'm sure it's on Gary's mind as well.
Well, Blair, the question is on my mind. It's been bothering me all day, and I know that there are a few people who have been stopping me and grabbing at my sleeve and saying, Gary, are we going to have the meeting tonight? And I've been telling them yes. So, here's the question. The question is, how many people here tonight, are in the state of mortal sin? Hands, please, if you're in the state of mortal sin.
Don't 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
A gaggle over here. A gaggle of sinners over here.
Daisy on that side, maybe heading behind the lights there. Somebody
well, I don't know. Maybe everybody doesn't understand.
Perhaps, I noticed a lack of response here. Perhaps they're not aware of the true definition of mortal sin as the Catholic Church defines it.
Oh, well, the other question then that's on everybody's mind tonight, Blair, is what is mortal sin?
I'm glad you asked that question, Gary. Mortal sin. A young man makes plans to lead his girlfriend into impure actions, but she thwarts his intentions. Thwart. Watch it, Buster. I'm gonna be a nun. That's why they call them that, because that's what they get.
This is our country and western religious song, and it's designed to absolve you from any or all sin which you may have committed during the past week, especially during the past week because your sins are still fresh, and we can get at them. You know, if you have old sins, they don't count. You have to go to some other club to get rid of those. But we're going to deal with your fresh sins from this week. You've all seen the pictures of your souls in your catechism, the little round, shapeless object, which sits somewhere in here around your heart, I think, because everybody... Actually, it's right in the middle of your chest. Your soul is, and you've seen it. It's got the black marks representing the mortal sins and the gray marks are the venial sins, and there's a weird colored, off-colored sin called
half-tone gray for your original sin.
Right? Yeah, what is the line thing on that?
65-line screen, I think, Gary.
It's a 65-line screen.
Fine process. Yes.
It is. Okay. Anyway, during this song, you may feel sort of a warmth coming over you, sort of thing, and you may find yourself compelled to stand on your table or your chair and once again rip off your clothing and start screaming your sins out to us so we can see and hear what you've been up to. If you don't wish to do that, you can come over to the side of the stage here and you can whisper your sins to us. There's 2 confessionals, and ladies will be given absolution at the YMCA tonight. Room 11.
There is a prize for the best confession.
It's a turkey tonight, Blair, and she's also waiting at the YMCA.
Eviscerated.
I'm only kidding about the YMCA. She's actually waiting over at the Waldorf Astoria. But we've been keeping her for ourselves, you know. We saw her before you did, so piss on you. Anyway, you all know what Catholic confession is about, don't you?
Bless me, Father, for our sin, I confess my God to you, Father, these are my sins. It's been 3 months for the last confession.
Took a girl out to the drive-in and I got her in the back seat and I watched the hot dog jump into the bun. You ever seen that at the drive-ins between the features? You know, show starts in 5 minutes. Whoop! And the popcorn starts dancing, and the pop comes out, and the sandwiches do a little jig, and the bun grows legs, and the hot dogs grow legs. They do a little dance and everything, you know. And then finally the bun says, "Hey, come on in." And the old hot dog says, "Oh no, squirt little mustard, boy." He knows as soon as he jumps in, he's going to be eaten. Anyway, it bummed me right out because I spent $6 on that girl, never got nothing, not even bare tit. So I went home and I committed physical abuse upon myself.
How many times, my son?
It was 35 or 36 before I blacked out. I can't remember now.
All right, the song is called "Don't Pick Your Nose on Sunday. You won't find God up there."
He's everywhere.
Actually, this is what you call a
Join in.
A joining in
That's
kind of
right,
a song,
right.
and we want you to join in. Every time you hear us sing "Daddy Sang Bass," you must give it back to us in a loud, clear, Catholic, rhythmic voice. "Mommy sang tenor." Now I want a good crowd response on this, otherwise he won't come. You see? Remember that. Now I want him here tonight, okay?
That's right. Now, we've been scouring the entire Toronto area in search of a pale young virgin, and we finally found him. He's going to be going amongst the audience here, selling artifacts from the past. And let me tell you, folks, they're going like hotcakes. Religious artifacts. We have splinters from the cross, 28 cents per splinter.
Lots of those
We have
left.
Sea of Galilee, 55 cents per gallon, plus federal provincial tax where applicable. We have chips from the Mount Sinai tablets, 95 cents per chip, no gravy.
Sorry.
We have 6 12th century popes pickled and brined in a see-through plastic bag, all 6, $3,000. Take them home, put them in your toaster, have Pope tarts, throw them in your freezer, have popsicles, take a little red bulbs, you go to heaven.
Okay. Remember your part is Daddy or Mommy sang tenor. Our part is Daddy sang bass, and you give it back to us, okay? Now we're going to put you through a dry run, and we hope it's the only one you have to go through this evening. For our behalf, anyway, okay? Let's try it once to see how everything works. You ready? Daddy sang bass.
I think really, Gary, to meld this group into one tight, cohesive unit, we should try the acoustic acid Kool-Aid test.
All right.
Let's try that right now,
I'll try
okay?
that. Okay. Let's see how sharp everybody is. Where were you in '62? Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid. Wait a minute now. Some of you got the clap and some of you didn't.
That's right. The
It's
thing
not-
is,
it's not fair.
Kool-Aid, clap tastes
We're both
great.
having together, Blair.
Okay, I'm
It's not fair that everybody should get some people should have the clap and not everybody get the
That's
clap
right,
together.
that's right. And the song, it goes, Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, clap tastes great. You love Kool-Aid, clap don't wait.
All right.
Everybody get the clap together. We want you all to sing it out too, okay?
This is really
you all
important.
sold Kool-Aid when you were kids. Go on now.
I didn't sell none of that stuff.
1, 2,
Sold dope when I was a kid.
4. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. You love Kool-Aid, can't wait.
You're all ready. You ready? I remember when I was a lad, times were hard and the things were bad. But there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of black-land dirt. We'd get together in a family circle, singing loud. And Daddy sang bass. Mama sang tenor. Me and little brother would join right in there. Singing seems to help the troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them all in a song. I'm gonna join that family circle at the broad. Oh, the circle, it won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass. Me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Second verse in his own.
I suggested you get the voices up a little higher.
Yes, I noticed a general low murmur running throughout the audience. We want you to relieve the pressures of the past work week. A little primal screaming might be a boon. You can throw ice water in your laps, hit yourself with mullets, grab yourself by the shorts and give them a good hard yank. Let's get those voices really screaming high there, okay? I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us. You can smell us coming for a country mile. Now little brother, he's done got on, but I'll rejoin him in a song. Well, I'm gonna join little brother up yonder in a little while.
Dad sang bass. Got them.
Pox on their loins, Gary.
Sirree.
A pox on their loins and their firstborn.
Not on their loins, Blair. In between their fingers or in between their toes where it's hard to get and it itches at night, but don't put it on their loins because tonight's Saturday and they got to use them. Okay? That is the sin of blasphemy. If you weren't in the state of mortal sin before, for those of you who didn't raise your hands, you may willingly raise your hands now because you're all in the state of mortal
Sin
sin.
of affiliation.
No, they didn't do that.
Oral sex here tonight.
Affiliation.
We're a couple of traveling missionaries conquering the headwaters of the Limpopo River when we were both bitten by black, deadly mumba snakes. We lay dying on the banks of the river, the poison coursing through our systems, till a white missionary came along with a bottle of Canada Dry tonic water, which contained quinine. And we drank it and we're well, and now we're back here in Toronto looking for dens of iniquity, and this place here is Sodom and Gonorrhea.
That's right. Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah, right. Now, for the first of our sinners tonight, Blair, I'm going to have to ask you to be first because if you're brave, others will be.
Just jump right in here.
Tell us your personal story, Blair.
My sin. I had a wet dream. You had one too. Mine was the best dream. It was of you.
Thank you very much for your story, Blair. We appreciate that. Did you know that the Pope has sent down a special dispensation for all people who cannot control their emotions while they sleep? Yes, if you've been having a lot of trouble sleeping and you've been having nocturnal emissions, the seed will not pollute, it will not produce, and it will not grow now. Better luck with your marijuana seeds.
For many, many years, it was a grievous sin for any young Catholic boy to take the slightest pleasure in a purely involuntary action. In fact, many is the young Catholic man who woke up in the middle of the night at the moment of truth. They're rotting in the fires of hell now for their transgressions. Thou shalt not ejaculate. However, General Motors has come up with a solution. It's an emission control device which can be fitted and worn while sleeping. And if an accident should occur, remember to avoid the wet spot.
I had a wet dream, and you had one too. Mine was the best dream. It was of you. Come with me, sweetheart.
I heard a titter back there, Gary.
That's impurity of thought.
That's right, boy.
That's a mortal. Roll that back for a slow-mo replay of that last mortal sin, Blair.
Slow-mo replay?
That's mortal. That's mortal as you can get it.
Okay, slow-mo. You were
Yeah,
back
I was back here and I went. Oh, there's where the mortal sin was committed right there, Blair. He even laughed in the replay. Did you see that?
Can we look at that from another angle? Can we have...
Yes, I'd like to see it from a different angle.
Okay, here we go.
Come with me, sweetheart. Nobody comes that fast.
Different strokes, boy, for different folks.
Listen, I want to ask you a very, very personal question. Now,
Go ahead.
answer this truthfully. What does the sex manual say for you, Blair? For Blair Maclean, what does it say?
In, out, repeat if necessary. I get my jollies up. Now let's finish this stupid thing
Pretty
off.
precise, isn't it?
Come
With me, sweetheart. Now is the time. You tell me your wet dream, and I'll tell you mine.
Sam 1595, folks, in the pearly gates of heaven. Leave all contributions in a basket by the stage and make sure that God gets them. Thank you very much. If you're celebrating anything, birthdays, anniversaries, divorces, abortions, your period came, a lump or thickening in the breast or elsewhere, any sore that will not heal, the bunny didn't die, a clean bill of health, perhaps you're celebrating puberty, a hair-raising experience for most of us. Send it up and we'll make a fool of your table, okay?
We like to sing a song now that was written by Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein is a hero of ours. Hero of mine, not a hero of yours.
I'm not
Blair.
too fond of him.
He doesn't care, but I do. Shel Silverstein has written a lot of tunes. He's a prolific songwriter for Playboy magazine. He wrote such great songs as A Boy Named Sue for Johnny Cash.
Big number, 5 million records here.
He wrote The Unicorn for the Irish Rovers.
A long time ago when he was green, there was more kinds of animals than you.
Thank you very much. Yes, he did. He wrote Don't Give a Dose to the One You Love Most for Dick Cavett and his VD Blues.
He wrote The Underground Sex Adventures of the Five-Legged Gonad for Wild Kingdom.
Yes, he did.
He wrote all the material for Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. He wrote 2 albums for them. He wrote Who is Harry Kellerman and Why is he saying those things about me for Dustin Hoffman, that score there. He wrote this old blast, this big one here, that Sylvia's mother, I just that song there, he wrote that one. That really happened to him. And he wrote this one here, A Blast from the Past, a mold of gold that really sold, a bullion biggie from the Golden Groove Yard.
Well, we're stinky folks, singers, we got golden fingers, and we loved every place we go. Sing about beauty and we sing about truth at $10,000 a show. We take all kinds of pills to give us all kinds of thrills, like the thrills that we've never known. It's a thrill that'll get you way out. I don't like that. Don't like that whole sound. That's too harsh. That's too harsh to be listening to. People here who sat here for a long time waiting, and you come on singing shit like that. Wait a minute. Sounds like Yosemite Sam from Bugs Bunny. Did you know that? Oh, freeze, you long-eared, flea-bitten, lily-livered vermin! I'll give you 5 seconds to take that back before I blow the hide clean off in your carcass.
I got one that Yosemite would sing at Shell Road, okay?
Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. What do you know?
What do you know?
He's nibbling my toe.
He's nibbling his toe.
Oh, gee.
Oh, gee.
He's reached my knee.
He's reached his knee.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
He's under my pie.
He's up to his pie. Oh, fiddle. Missed. Oh, heck. He's reached his neck. Oh, dread. Hey, this is the professional way I was doing that with my Mel Blanc voice, and I was doing that, playing the guitar at the same time, and everybody's leg was concentrated on my leg as the snake went up. And then there was the abrupt surprise ending when the snake finally reached over his head and everybody got the joke then. You think it's fun getting up here and laughing and singing and dancing every night? Well, it isn't. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyway, here's a
I'm
song.
also telling Gary my marriage is on the rocks.
Oh, don't go into this, Blair.
I'm wearing my heart on my outside. I'm laughing on the outside, but I'm crying. I'm wearing my heart in my sleeve. And
This is not, Blair. This should be kept within your own home. This is nobody's.
I want him to go on the record.
Never mind. You
Gary, noticing that the crowd was becoming restless, decided to walk back to his drums, which lay discreetly behind him. He gave each one a resounding whack, turned on the microphone, which was off, and was ready to play. The crowd waited, their legs wet with anticipation. Blair was not quick to disappoint them. This is the story of a great North American folk legend, Johnny Appleseed, a man with a tin pot on top of his head and a bag of apple seeds at his side, went all over the country in the early 1800s, and he flung seeds here and he flung seeds there, and giant fruits sprang up. Hi, Guy, what are you doing in town?
don't make homosexual jokes.
Anyway, the settlers were amazed as they came across in their covered wagons to see these orderly orchards standing row on row, and they picked the fruits and put them in their wagons, and thus were saved from scurvy and rickets and the treacherous ordeal through the Oregon mountains and the valley as far below LA Freeway and Disneyland. In the 1950s, a giant subculture sprang up, Johnny Marijuana Seed. Now, they had similar intentions to Johnny Appleseed. They had pot, but it wasn't on top. It was inside their heads. And they had bags of little marijuana seeds, and they went all over the country, flinging them here and flinging them over there. And five little shoots sprang up, and they said, taste me, which they did, of course, in great abundance. And then the peace-loving, spirit-changed generation began to die a tragic death when they began to rip each other off. They started selling each other oregano and camel shit. It's good shit, man. It's good shit. Buy it. Finally, one man became totally unscrupulous, and he sold 3 seeds to a boy for a cow. Now, Jack took the seeds home to his mother, and his mother said, Jack, how could you? We had 1 possession left, that cow. There's nothing in the fridge, nothing in the larder, and you bring me home 3 lousy seeds for our only possession. And in a rid of fellas jade, she threw them out the window, and by magic, a giant marijuana plant sprang up, taking the boy, the mother, and the cottage with them. All night long it grew, great 5-pointed leaves springing out, the happy villagers gathering under the plant to collect pollen for future hashish. till finally in the morning it broke to the clouds, and off in the distance they could see a giant's castle, and coming toward them a giant narcotics agent with a big star on his chest, big club in his hand singing, "Pee-pie-po-fast, I see someone growing grass." And he went, and he killed the boy, the mother, and the cottage instantly, picked the plant, dried it, hung it, and smoked it, and became the friendly giant. Hey man, what's that, man? You're hit, Jerome. Rusty the Rooster is always sitting in the white stash bag. Remember the big bag there, and Rusty would stick his little head out. "Hi, Friendly! Here's your roast clip, Friendly! Here's your bone papers, Friendly! Here's your supercharger, Friendly! Boy, this shit sure makes you hungry, doesn't it? What we have for supper?" "Some fried chicken, you little asshole."
Close enough.
All right, these old rousing, old dirty ones, you know, that's how you get off. Ho, away with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal the bum, the North Atlantic squad. In days ago when nights were broke and toilets were invented, they dropped their load upon the road and walked their wake ahead. Hey, away with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum, the North Atlantic squad. Oh, Canadian women, they are the shits, have no ass, have no tits, and they whack you off with a pair of mitts in the North Atlantic squadron. Away with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum in the North Atlantic squadron. We'll do a dirty one here so you don't get too scared, you can go your worst, okay?
Now, if you want to sing a verse, just stand, okay, and sing it out.
You know, there was a whore named Lil, used dynamite for a fill. They found her vagina in North Carolina and bits of her tits in Brazil. Away with pipe and drum, here we come, pull around, looking for women to pedal their bum in the North Atlantic squadron.
Sounds promising, doesn't it?
Any girls got on that real good corker that where you freak everybody out? We get
First time I ever heard the women shut up, you know?
Come on, now, you must know one here. Voiceover of the announcer comes in and says, "Well, folks, it's been a really enjoyable evening for us, probably the most wonderful in our entire lives, and we hope the same is applicable for you. Before we leave you here now, we'll show you all these cliche sayings. May God bless and the good Lord willing. Always throw God in against the audience on your side. Don't let the bed bugs bite. The older you get, the older you get. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And a bird in hand is worth four in your bush. Before we introduce the group now, I have to show you all these weird guys here. On my right, your near left, the exotic pound rhythms of Gary Maclean bringing you back to deep, dark Africa with his amazing pounding on those things. You can almost see the naked, sweating bodies dancing and leaping in the firelight before they rush off into the bushes to consummate their love in a fiery musical climax. On his left, your near right, the five-string banjo of Gary Maclean bringing those high-ringing notes back to you with the hot kiss at the end of a wet fist. His left, your near right, the astounding 12-string guitar of Blair Maclean, providing all those natural rhythms just like the Catholics. His left, your near right, the zany cookie comic cut-up capers of Blair Maclean, keeping you laughing and rolling in the aisles with his zany antics and his feats of orbicular muscularity. Put them all together, you have Here and There, Beard and Weird, Roto and Hooter, Les Paul and Mary Ford, Funk and Gunk, Huey, Dewey and Louie, Bert and Ernie. And now, on four, we hit our big ending, lights out and cue to applause. As we leap over your flailing, thrashing bodies, a word of caution, don't go for the groin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on, step on, do again.
Whoa, not all. Thank you very much.